How you doing, folks? You're very welcome. This is the fourth video. Hopefully they get going. There was a bit of a delay there. I think they kind of broke down the combines. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 New Hollands, a Massey, and 2 trailed combines as far as I can see. But I said I'd give you a quick look at what they're actually combining, and what a lot of you mightn't even know it. What they're combining is actually, if I can turn around this camera, it's oats. I can turn the camera, and that's what oats looks like. Fierce ripe, fierce fresh, ready to be harvested. That's your field of oats down along there. And you can see the combines below. I'm really hoping they're going to get going, because I need to get going myself. I've got over a 2-hour drive home, but we can cross that bridge too when we get to it. So look, give a like, give a subscribe, give a share. This should be the 4th video in the Ahiohill working day in West Cork, below near Bandon. So like I said, give a like, give a subscribe, give a share. And what we are doing is we have a little model tractor we're going to give away when we reach, I'm trying to fix this thing, reach 2,000 subscribers. So or 3,000 or 4,000, whatever number we're at. Yeah, alright, go ahead and enjoy this bit of a video. We'll talk you through it.
Period.
We're great.
The video.
Alright guys, we're here. They're combining the oats in Ahiohill. First up we have a fleet of very modern New Holland. There's people here, if they don't come out of the way, they get combined as well. There's a good heavy crop. And do you know what this is? This Ahiohill vintage isn't just something, Ahiohill working day isn't something that was just thought up of last week or last month. Like, the planning for this, the planning for these oats has probably gone back to either very, very early in the spring or very, very late in the autumn of last year. So they'd be ripe for this week, and even the ploughing and everything else. You know, it's a massive, I suppose, credit to everyone that's involved in the setting up of it, and everyone that's involved in the organisation of the whole thing. You know, brilliant, fair play to you, absolutely credit to you all. And I suppose combining works, like these combines here now, they're coming here, I don't know but the first one, but definitely the rest of them back along, they work no different to what the old thrashing machine works at. Absolutely no different whatsoever than the shaft coming out the back and the straw coming out underneath. We have the next one. The placement. Clays. This is the Clays in 1545. What a fantastic size. The cuts are getting smaller as we go down more. If you look down the bottom there, you can see the shaker. That's the knives going across, cutting the oats. The same thing as the thresher, only the yoke is on wheels. And I suppose this put the farmer under probably more pressure really, because the stuff had to be ripened in the field. You had to depend on the weather. I suppose you could cut it to a certain degree before it was ripened with the reaper and binder for the thresher, and it would ripen in the shed. Here we have the massey Ferguson. And a bagger, a two-man operation, a 7 massey Ferguson 735. And last but not least, we have a massey Ferguson here, a 188 on, I presume it's a Dania. Trail combine again. Very possibly in original condition. And the stuff going up over. I can imagine this machine being there in the, I presume, the 60s. Like, my God, like what a machine this would have been. Absolutely, what a machine this would have been. To the farmer that was so used to the reaper and binder and the thresher, and 7 or 8 men on the thresher and feeding them for days. This came down to maybe a 2-person job. It must have been a fantastic sight, really and truthfully. People must have come from all over to see it. What we'll do now, we'll probably put up the drone and we'll get a bit of drone footage, and like I said, give a like. We'll see the boys above actually taking off the bags. We would have dropped the bags in the field, and it would have been the farmer's job then or something to come along with a transport box or something along those lines to pick up the bags and bring them around. And of course, oats, if you don't know it, oats is what they make porridge out of. I'm sure they make lots of other things too, but I can't think of them right at the moment. They're going around the headland below. So we get it coming up again. Of course, we have the lovely Ford here and a class baler. Actually, I have a series of videos coming up there with Buckley's and Listowel, with talking about the New Holland baler that they have inside at the moment. A 6610. Fantastic little outfit as well. Of course, the baler too, the square baler is completely gone now. Like, you know, it was such a job, it was such a big job. It required an awful amount of work, an awful amount of workforce. Okay, the tractor and the baler is one man, but then you would have to have at least 2 or 3 men stacking the bales, and the best of my knowledge, the knots were down and out. That was the way they kept the water off them, down and out with the knots. And that lock the water, but it required a certain amount of men to stack the bales in the field, of course. And here coming on again now, we have the big New Holland combine. Like, I have to mention about these yokes, like this yoke is 8 years old and probably not the biggest combine around the place, but like, if you could bring the boys that were here in the 60s and the 40s and the 50s and even the 20s forward, let's bring them forward for a day to see this. Like, it would be completely alien, absolutely alien to them. Like I said, works on the exact same principle as the DNA that he's after nearly catching up with. Only works slightly faster. Now the chaff coming out there.
Period.
We're great.
These are videos.